7.4 Linear conversion. The ideas used in this unit can be used for converting masses, lengths, and currencies. So example 1, if 1 pound is worth 9 French francs, let's convert the following. So A, we want to go from 22 pounds and find out how much that is worth of French francs. Okay, so we want to take 22 pounds and multiply it by some conversion to get French francs. Okay, so I think it's important to do an aside here, and I'll erase it after when we talk about how we do conversions, what we're doing with the units. So here we're talking about pounds and francs, but I'm just going to talk about numbers to start with. So let's say we have the number 5, and we're going to multiply this by some conversion to get rid of the number 5. We want to eliminate 5, so basically turn it into 1. And so we're going to multiply 5 by something here that's going to get rid of this 5, basically turn it into a 1. We can think of 5 as 5 over 1, right? 5 divided by 1 is 5, okay? And maybe that helps us think of some fraction that we're going to multiply 5 by to reduce it to 1. Well, that fraction would be 1 over 5. Okay, 5 times 1 is 5, and 1 times 5 is 5, and 5 over 5 is 1. Any number divided by itself is 1. And so that was specifically what we were trying to do. We took the number 5, we multiplied it by some conversion, which in this case is 1 over 5. So we're multiplying it by 1 over itself to turn this into 1 and basically eliminate that 5. And so we're going to be doing the same thing with these conversions over here, but we're going to be using, in this case, pounds and francs. So we want to multiply 22 pounds by something that's going to give us francs. And so as we just saw in the last example, to get rid of the 5, we multiplied it by 1 over 5. To get rid of the pounds, we can multiply this by 1 over pounds. Okay, so this helps us set up the conversion because we're looking for French francs. Okay, we're looking for French francs, so this is what we want. We usually put this on the top, and we're going to multiply out these units, and the pounds on top here, you can think of this as pounds over 1, multiplied by something over pounds. These pounds will cancel, and that's important because we want to be left with only French francs. So now we need to fill in the numbers that gives our ratio, and 1 pound, okay, so 1 pound is worth 9 French francs. So 1 pound is equal to 9 French francs, or 9 French francs is equal to 1 pound. So we can do the math, and 22 times 9 divided by 1, that's 22 times 9, that's 198. And now we can look at our units. Well, we have pounds over 1, okay, we have pounds over 1 times French francs over pounds. French francs over pounds. Okay, and that would give us pounds times French francs over pounds, and these pounds would actually cancel each other out because we have pounds divided by pounds. Okay, so those go away, and we're left with French francs over 1, and of course that's simply French francs. So we have 198 French francs. So 22 pounds is equal to 198 French francs with this conversion. Okay, that was A. Let's try B, and we're going to do the same process, except we're going the other way. 45 French francs to pounds. Okay, so we're starting with 45 French francs, and we're going to multiply this by some conversion that's going to give us pounds. So we're looking for pounds. We want to have pounds, so we put pounds on top. Now here we have French francs. We can think of French francs as French francs over 1. It's the same thing. To get rid of this, we need to multiply it by 1 over French francs. These will end up canceling each other. So we're going to set up our ratio this way. Now there are there are 9 French francs in 1 pound. There are 9 French francs in 1 pound. So you can see this ratio is the same, 9 French francs in 1 pound, 9 French francs in 1 pound, but we've set them up differently depending on what we're looking for and what we're starting with. Here we had pounds, Here we have francs. Okay? So we need to set them up this way to be sure that we're getting the correct answer and our units are working out. So 45 times 1 divided by 9, that's the same as 45 divided by 9. And 45 divided by 9 gives us 5. Okay, the French francs cancel, which is great. That's why we set it up this way. And we're left with pounds, which is what we want. So 45 French francs equals 5 pounds. C, 100 French francs to pounds. So, identically to B, we're going to multiply 100 French francs by some ratio. We're looking for pounds, and we want to cancel the French francs. Okay, these French francs will cancel those. We'll be left with pounds. What is our ratio? It is 1 pound is worth 9 French francs. So we can fill that out here. 1 pound is equal to 9 French francs. So here we have 100 French francs times 1 divided by 9. 100 times 1 divided by 9. And that's equal to 11.11. The French francs cancel and we're left with pounds. So 100 French francs is equal to 11.11 pounds with this conversion ratio here, 1 pound to 9 French francs. Example 2. Use the fact that 1 foot is approximately 30 centimeters to convert the following. Okay, so now we're talking about lengths. Before we were doing currencies, but we're going to set it up in much the same way. So if we look at A, we have 8 feet. And for short, we use FT. 8 feet, and we're going to multiply this by some conversion. And we want to get centimeters, so centimeters is going to be on top. We want to cancel out feet, so feet is going to be on the bottom. And so now we simply need to put in the numbers for this conversion. Well, 1 foot, all right, 1 foot is equal to 30 centimeters. 30 centimeters. So now we can multiply the numbers. Let's look at the numbers first. 8 times 30. Okay, 8 times 30 is 240. Now we can look at the units, right? Feet, it's the same as feet over 1. Okay, so our units, right now we have feet over 1 times centimeters over feet. Times centimeters over feet. Okay, so what happens here? Well, the centimeters stay here, and the feet will cancel. We're left with centimeters over 1, which of course is simply centimeters. So the answer is 240 centimeters. So 8 feet is 240 centimeters. According to this conversion, 1 foot is 30 centimeters, which is an approximation. So B, 50 centimeters to feet. Okay, so now we're going the other way. We have centimeters, and we want to multiply this by something to get feet. So we're looking for feet. We have centimeters. We want to cancel those units, so we'll put them on the bottom. Now we need our conversion. 30 centimeters in 1 foot. We can multiply 50 times 1 divided by 30. So that means we have 50 divided by 30. And that gives us 1.6 repeating. So I'm just going to use 2 decimal places here and write 1.67. Okay, centimeters cancel centimeters, and we're left with feet. So 50 centimeters is equal to 1.67 feet. C, 195 centimeters to feet. 195 centimeters, and we want to convert that to get feet. We have centimeters, we want to cancel centimeters, so we put it at the bottom. We set up our ratio. 30 centimeters is equal to 1 foot. So now we have 195 times 1 divided by 30. And that's 195 divided by 30 in the calculator. And you'll get 6.5. Next we look at units. Centimeters at the top, centimeters on the bottom. They cancel. We're left with feet. So 195 centimeters gives us 6.5 feet.